Okay, how's that? All right, let's try this again. Good evening, happy Sunday. This is Sunday Yumminess with me. I'm Brooke Armstrong, otherwise known as Brookiechi in the community. We are going to work through some poses, nothing too crazy, and then really what I wanted to share with you guys was a really nice meditation to get your week going. So this will be more geared-ish towards a yin type of practice, not totally yin, but just for those that maybe have never done it before, this will be a great intro, and for you guys that have been like warriors, flowing and flowing, this will be really super sweet to add to your practice. So we're gonna begin in child's pose today. You're gonna take your big toes to touch one another, have some space between your knees, and then extend your arms forward and come onto your elbows, okay? And whenever you put your head down on the floor, if this is not comfortable right here in this space quite yet, then just fold your arms and set your head on your arms. If your lower half is what's bothering you, then make any adjustments that you need to so that your lower half is relaxed. We begin by breathing. So we start by stopping. We take a moment to just come into this space, closing down the eyes. Child's pose is so wonderful because it gives us this sense of home base, like coming home back into ourselves. The eyes are closed. If they're not closed, they're usually down in between your arms, so that gives you this sort of sense of like a cocoon or just feeling really nice and supported. Now, as you're breathing, I want you to start to feel your side waist expand. So your head is still down, your eyes are still closed. All we're doing is tapping into the change that happens in your torso as you bring the air in. So as you inhale, feel the belly expand, feel the rib cages push out and away. Maybe even you feel your upper back. And then as you exhale, settle into the posture. Relax everything. Surrender to gravity. Again, deep breath in. And then full breath out. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. And then 1 more big breath in. And exhale it out. Now we'll bring ourselves upright, coming onto the hands and the knees. Situate your wrists under your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Turn your fingertips out to face the outer edges of your mat, and then rock your body weight side to side. So move into the left, but do this thoughtfully, not spastically. Do it thoughtfully. So as you're leaning, notice where the sensation comes in, breathe into that space, and then take it over to the other side. So we're moving super duper slow and delicately. A couple more times like that. Now turn your fingers back to face forward. Take your hands a little bit more forward, like a handprint more forward away from you. Tuck your toes. Curl your low back in, okay? Puff up the back of your heart towards the ceiling. Push down into your palms. Draw your chin as deep as you can into your chest. Your toes are tucked, so you're stretching the bottoms of your feet at the same time that we're doing this. And then as you inhale, just bring the heart up. Try not to shift the body at all whatsoever, just heart up, and then reach your tailbone up as high as it'll go. And then again, articulate that movement as you curl the low spine in, and then press into the palms, back of the heart lifts, chin comes in. 2 more just like that. Start to lift the heart up. Once you feel the heart lifting halfway, start to tip your tailbone up. So we're really controlling this effort. And then we'll go again. Curl the tailbone in, pull the low belly in, back of the heart lifts up, chin comes in. It's almost like you're reversing the action. The head lifts first, then the heart starts to come, the tailbone stays steady. Once the heart lifts up towards the place in front of you, lift your tailbone. And then do it 1 more time. Curl low spine first, pull your belly in, Pull the back of the heart up to the ceiling, draw your chin in, and then reverse the action. Chin lifts, heart starts to lift, belly is controlling lower body, and then I allow the tailbone to rise up. And then just move all that action around in a circle. Go clockwise to start. And then let's go counterclockwise. And you'll hear my breath. And so that's your reminder to really start to take the breath in deeply and mindfully. Soft constriction of the back of the throat gives you that little bit of sound. And then drop your hips down towards the ground. Keep your hands right where they are. Move your waist side to side. And then we'll lift ourselves up into a downward facing dog. So squeeze the low belly in and then lift the hips up. Walk your feet hip distance apart. Press into your palms. Adjust your hands if you need to, if they're too narrow. Turn your fingertips out to face the outer edges of your mat. Pull your low belly in a little more. Tip your tailbone up, slightly bend your knees. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more. Now shift your weight forward, coming into the top of a push-up. Set your knees on the floor, but keep your bottom out of the sky, so don't elevate the butt. Now shift your weight forward again, and then lower your heart all the way down to the ground. So slow, 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 bend the elbows, control that descent. Let your toenails lie flat, untuck your feet. Push into your hands and lift up for a tall cobra. Big breath in, back of your neck is super long. And then as you exhale, lay it back down. Tall cobra pose, inhale. And then as you exhale, lay it back down. One more time, tall cobra. And then exhale, lay it back down. Now tuck your toes. Push up on your knees. So stay on your knees, but just push your body back up. Now curl your low spine in, make that cat type shape. Keep your cat type shape, start to lift your hips up like they're going to down dog, but not quite there, the knees are bent. Take 3 breaths here, low spine in. 2, 1 more. Now start to tip your tailbone up and straighten out your legs. Raise up onto your toes super duper high. Notice that there's no wrinkles in your the front of your ankles. Walk your feet just hip distance apart. Now what I want you to do is soften your knees a little and then try to set your heels down without bringing those wrinkles back in. You'll notice you really have to tip your tailbone up a bit higher to get into this space. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath in. And then exhale it out. Look forward, come to the top of your mat. Tiptoe or step. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine forward. Exhale and soften it down your thighs. Again, halfway lift, pull the heart forward, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, soften it down your thighs. 1 more time, inhale, pull the heart forward. And then exhale, soften it all down. Root down through your strong legs to rise up. Big breath in. And then exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down and in. Halfway lift, pull through. Forward fold, exhale it out. Hands on the ground, so bend your knees as much as you need to make this action happen. Step your left leg back to a lunge. Fold over your right knee as you straighten your right leg just to the best of your ability. Does not have to straighten all the way. Now lift your right toes up and then take your hand to the outer edge of your right foot and pull the pinky toe side towards you. Fold your chin into your chest. Try to make contact with your forehead to your shin or your patella tendon. Now place your right hand back on the ground. Push into the ball mound of your right big toe. If you can straighten your leg more, awesome. If not, don't worry about it. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. 1 more inhale breath. And then as you exhale, bend your right knee. Step your right foot back to meet your left foot at the top of a plank pose. Take a deep breath in, shift your weight forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Press back up, plank pose. Downward facing dog, exhale. Now you know how to do that on your knees, so if you came for a little bit lighter practice today, please take your knees all day long. Take a deep breath in, raise the heels up high. As you exhale, try to set the heels back down with no wrinkles in the fronts of your ankles. You'll have to really pull your belly up, 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 and send your weight back to make that action happen. Take a deep breath in. Stay for the exhale. Bend the knees, look forward, exhale, travel to the top of your mat, hopping or stepping, your choice. Halfway lift, lengthen. Forward fold, soften it down. Bend your knees for chair pose, so sit your butt down, take your arms up by your ears. Squeeze your inner thighs together. The bones of your big toes should be touching one another. Hold steady, look forward and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale on 1, fold in, halfway lift, pull through. Step your right leg back to a deep lunge as you exhale. Now, put a little bend into that front knee. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, straighten and fold over just to the best of your ability. Now lift up the left toes, or come onto the left heel really. Pull the outer edge of the left foot towards you. Try to put your forehead on your knee. No matter how bent you have to get, make that action happen. So we're activating the thyroid gland here, which is really super important for overall health. So draw that chin in deep. Now put your left hand back down. Push into the ball mound of the left big toe. Take a deep breath in. Stay for the exhale. Maybe you fold, maybe you stay active. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, start to bend your left knee. Take an inhale, step back, plank pose. Exhale, shift, lower down. Push back up, plank pose, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Raise your right leg up, big breath in. Right foot steps in between the hands, breath out. Take your right arm up to the ceiling and twist. Now keep your right big toe pushing into the flow, and then make sure your left hand is light, yeah? There's little to no weight in that bottom hand. 2 more breaths, inhale. Twist more deeply on the exhale. 1 more breath, inhale. And then put your right hand down on the ground as you exhale. Now, your right hand's outside your right foot. Your left hand is under your left shoulder. Step your left foot outside your left hand. Come into a yogi squat. Bend your knees, set your butt down, palms at the heart center. Try not to adjust your feet unless your heels aren't down. Even if your elbows can't get inside the knees, we're still in warm-up phase. So this is where the hips want to be. This is where I want your hips to be. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Heart high. 1 more breath. Inhale. And then as you exhale, place your hands back down on the ground where they were. Right hand outside right foot, left hand under your shoulder. Step your right leg back to a lunge. So opposite leg steps back. Deep breath in. Hold for the exhale. Now bring your left hand underneath your face. Take your right arm up. So we're twisting the right arm again, but this time left leg is forward. Take an inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Open up your chest as much as possible. Exhale. 1 more deep breath in. And then bring the right hand down to the ground. Take a deep breath in. Step your left foot back to meet your right foot. Bring the bones of the big toes to touch one another. Inhale. Shift your weight forward. Lower halfway down. Exhale. Up dog. Inhale. Down dog. Exhale. Shift back. Raise high up onto your toes. It wrinkles out of the fronts of the knees. Tip your tailbone up higher, and then allow your heels to descend with no wrinkles in the knees. So crazy how much the pelvic floor and low belly are involved in this action. She'll really get those puppies going. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, tiptoe or step. Top of the mat. Forward fold, drop it in. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale it out. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Heel toe your feet to touch if they're not already. When we're in chair pose, it really helps to squeeze those inner thighs together so you can drop back more. Get your thigh bones parallel with the floor. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath, inhale. Forward fold on the exhale, straighten the legs, drop in. Halfway lift, inhale. Step your right leg back to a lunge as you exhale. Left arm up to the sky. Remember, little to no weight in this front hand, and then big toe pressing into the front foot. Inhale, breath. Twist deep on the exhale. Inhale, breath. Hold for the exhale. Now set your left hand down outside your left foot. Right hand is under right shoulder. Take a deep breath in. Right foot steps outside of right pinky. Sit your butt down. Bring the palms together at the chest. 2 more. So we're doing this bit of compressed malasana in the beginning, just to give you a couple things. First is the blood stop that happens. I'll explain more later, but then the second thing is to have this little bit more narrow stance to get into your low back. 1 more big breath in. Now exhale your hands back where they came from. Left hand outside left foot, right hand down, okay? Now we're stepping the right leg back to a lunge. Nope, we're not, sorry, left leg. Left leg back to a lunge, and then taking the left arm up. Deep breath in. Exhale. 2, inhale. Exhale. 1 more big breath in. And then exhale the left hand down to the ground. Step your right foot back, plank pose. Inhale. Simply shift your hips up, downward facing dog. Exhale. Raise up on the toes, big breath in, low belly to spine. As you exhale, drop the heels down without allowing wrinkles in the fronts of the ankles. Now come forward into plank. Put your knees on the ground. Activating the heart space, draw your low belly in, okay? So tucking the tailbone towards the heels. Keep your toenails tucked for right now, or your toes tucked under, I should say. Now shift your weight forward. As you exhale, lower the center of your chest down to the space in between your thumbs. Your butt might stay a little high. And then push yourself back up. Inhale. As you exhale, do it again. Inhale, press it up. As you exhale, do it again. 1 more. Inhale, press it up. And then exhale, lay it down. Push yourself back, child's pose. Now untuck your toes. Let your forehead rest. Let your arms stay extended. Act as if you have suction cups into your palms, and those suction cups are opening up underneath the armpit because of the tug. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath in. Awesome. Now come onto your hands and your knees. Step your left foot outside your left hand. Drop your hips down, tuck your right toes under, and then just walk your right knee back a couple inches. So what will happen when you do that, I'll get out of the way so you can see, is your left shin will be kind of behind your ankle a little bit. And that's where you want it to go today. Now right elbow comes to the ground, if it can. If it can't, then, obviously we're gonna stay on the hand, right? Turn your left toes out and come on the outer edge of the left foot and push your knee away and twist and look up over your left shoulder. Take some deep breaths in. So this is why we did the blood stop in the beginning. So right now the right hip is being opened. We compressed it quite a bit in those 2 narrow space malasanas to help to kind of stop the energy in that space. And then when we open it, it's like taking a hose and like closing it down and then letting it flow again. So breathe right into the front of your right hip space. Inhale. Exhale. 2, inhale. Exhale. 1 more big breath in. Exhale it out. Now put your left big toe on the ground, put your left hand down, push yourself up onto your hands. Your left toes still face out slightly. Come off your back knee, come up a couple inches, put a little spring in your step, step to Malasana wide this time. So now we got that nice open space that we love. Press the elbows into the inner thighs, lift the heart. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. 1 more big breath in. Exhale it out. Place your hands on the ground, straighten your legs, turn your toes in when you do that. So now the feet, mine are outside my mat. That's totally cool if yours are too. Grab your elbows and rock side to side. So you want them wide, the feet. Toes are still turned forward. Rock your whole upper body like the trunk of an elephant. Super happy elephant. I mean, what elephants aren't happy? At least the ones in the wild, right? Now allow your upper body just to slow down like a pendulum. Gravity might tug on it a little more until you find stillness. Let your head be completely loose. The neck, there's no tension going on. Your head just got 10 pounds heavier to help open up your neck and upper back. Two more breaths in and out. One more breath in. Exhale it out. Release your hands down to the ground. Hands come under shoulders. Push your palms into the floor. Come into halfway lift. Flatten your spine out. Bring your hands to your waist. Keep your back flat. Firm your belly to help this action. Push into your legs and rise up all the way. Lean back, pressing your hips forward. Drop your throat open. And then come up straight. Bring your feet to touch one another. Hands down by your side. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, big ol' breath. Forward fold, exhale, hands on the floor, step back, plank pose. Shift the weight forward, breath full, lower halfway down, breath out. Upward facing, inhale, press into your toenails. Downward facing, exhale, lift your hips high. Shift your weight forward, come onto your knees. Once more, activating that heart line. So lower the chest in between the thumbs 3 times. Down, exhale as you press away. Down, exhale as you press away. One more, down, exhale as you press away. Awesome. Now, step your right foot outside your right hand. Okay? Drop your hips down. Now, your left toes are tucked. Pick up your left knee and walk yourself back. Okay? Turn your right toes out. Come on the outer edge of the right foot. Open up the hip. Press into the right thigh with your right hand as you twist. Breathe space into the front of your left hip. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly bring your right hand back down to the floor. Put your right big toe down. Toes are still faced out, kind of. But lifting in your back knee, walk your toes a couple inches forward just so you can get some spring. And then step, Malasana, Yogi Squat. Now I'm going to turn and face the camera so you can see what we're going to do in this Malasana. Okay, so we have the hands at the heart center. Take your right shoulder deep into your right leg and then open your arms up. Press into your right palm and then push your left knee out using your left inner thigh. Now, if it is available, take your left hand behind your back as deeply as you can. Take your right arm under your right shin and grab your left hand. If that's not available, then you're staying here so that you're keeping that action of pressing into the back of the right shoulder and then spreading through the collarbones. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Now palms back to the chest. Lift your heart back up. Ooh, yes. Okay, here we go, other side. Press that left shoulder deep into the inner thigh. Left hand down. First, just open your wings super wide. A beautiful nighttime, evening sunset's coming in my living room. I love it. Okay, here we go. Right hand back behind you. Left hand maybe grabs that right hand, maybe not. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. Press actively through your left shoulder. Keep broadening through your collarbones. Actively pushing your right knee away with your inner thigh. One more big breath in and out. Bring your palms back together at your chest, and then tip your body back upright. Now just shift your weight side to side, elevating a heel each time you shift, coming onto the ball mounds of the feet, stretching through the calves and the Achilles. One more big breath in and out. Now put your hands on the ground. Once again, turn your toes in as you fold forward. You're facing the front of your mat, so your feet might be wider than your mat. Grab a hold of the outside edges of your ankles. Lift your chest, take a halfway lift while holding onto your legs. And then as you exhale, pull your body in. Flare your elbows out. And then imagine as if your shoulders are not so happy about your earlobes, and pull your shoulders away from your ears as far as they'll go. Tip your tailbone up. Hollow out your low belly by sucking the air and the belly muscles up and in. And then place your hands back on the ground. Shift your weight forward, coming into gazing gorilla. Push into your palms, tip your butt up. Press into your heels. Lift all 10 toes. Push into the big toe mound. And then push into the pinky toe mound. And then find the happy medium between those two and tip your tailbone up higher. Keep everything the same, but bring your hands to your waist. Keep your toes up. Push into your big toe mound to bring yourself up to standing. Ooh, yes. Step your feet together. Inhale, reach your arms up, lean back. Exhale, forward fold, dive it down in. Halfway lift, big breath. Step back or hop if you can't help yourself, and take yourself to low plank. Upward facing dog, big breath in. Downward facing dog, big breath out. Now come onto your knees. Cross your ankles, shift your weight back onto your butt. Okay, you stay there. I'm gonna turn the camera down just a little so you guys can see my legs, because we're gonna start opening up through the knees a bit. Okay, here we go. So you're sitting on your butt. Your heels are on the ground. Take your right ankle on top of your left knee. Okay, now bring your hands behind your back. Place your palms on the floor where your wrists are facing your buttocks. Lift your chest up so your spine is nice and tall. Your palms are pressing into the floor so that you're feeling this active wrist and forearm opening. Your right knee and inner thigh are engagingly pressing away from your body. So it might not move very much, doesn't have to. We've begun the yin part of the practice. So yin is an active type of stretching, not a passive type of stretching. So we're activating deep into the muscle belly to make the nervous system respond. And it responds by you being still, by your breath, and by not giving up. And what it will do is slowly start to unwind the tightness located in that space, whether that tightness be in the muscle, whether it be at the joint, maybe a tendon ligament situation, which is also has to do with the muscle, but I won't get too deep in that. But just allow the work to do the work. And if you notice that your forearms are getting a little bit tingly or anything like that, that's okay. That's totally normal. We're trying to open up this space. There's also a bit of a blood stop happening in the wrist space. Start to tap into that energy. Now we'll sit ourselves up, but keep your right ankle where it is. So just walk your hands in. Take your left foot and walk it over to the right. Just heel toe that sucker over there. Okay? Now all I'm going to do is stack my shins by sitting upright to come into double pigeon. Once you're upright in double pigeon, take your right elbow to your right knee. If you're sitting back, if this is what yours looks like more than mine, that's fine. Put your right elbow in your right knee, yeah. I think my dog's having a bad dream. And then put your left elbow on your left arch of your foot. Drop your chin in. Relax your jaw. Now elevate your head. Take your left elbow in the sole of your right foot and gently trace the line of the inner arch with the pointy part of your elbow to release some fascia. I gave myself a pedicure the other day. So this is a little easier. If you've been stuck in your house, you might be watching this after lockdown. But one of the best things that you can do for yourself is self-massage. So give yourself a mani-pedi, and then this elbow under the foot thing will glide smoothly. All right, let's sit it up. Ooh. Grab a hold of your right foot with both hands. Pick your leg up, lean back. Extend your right leg forward. Slide your hands wherever you need to make this action happen. So that might be in the calf, the shin, whatever. Bend the elbows and draw the leg in. Now stay put right there. I'm just going to turn because now I'm going to be facing the same direction you guys should be facing, which is the front of your mat, right? Now with this right leg, take it back behind you. Use your core to take the knee behind you. Now what we have is this like 90-ish situation, right? So the front shin is facing the front of your mat. The back shin is trying to face the back of your mat. Take your left elbow on the floor. Take your right arm and reach it up and over. Press into your right knee so we get deep into the front of the right hip. Squeeze your butt muscles to tuck your tailbone under. Two more breaths. One more breath in. Now push into your left hand, bring yourself upright. Take your hands to your waist. Squeeze your core, lift yourself up so now you're balancing on your left shin. Take your right foot and bring it forward, standing on your right foot. Rise up. Whew. It's a bit of hip mobility there. If you miss that transition, don't worry, we have a left side, and you can also rewind this at a later time. Deep breath in, reach up. Exhale, fold it down in. Halfway lift, inhale, breath. Step or jump back, low plank position as you exhale. Upward facing heart high. Downward facing hips to the sky. Bring your weight forward. Lower all the way down to your belly. Take your right arm out, palm face down, okay? I'm gonna scoot over this way so you guys can see what happens. Okay, good, you can see my hand. All right, here we go. So as I'm going to roll on my right shoulder, I'm gonna pay attention to any like little nuggets in there that I might need to stop at. So push into your left hand, start to roll onto your right hip. As I do so, my left leg will come up and kickstand behind me to guide my effort. Once you're there, you can stay there and enjoy it. Your right palm is face down. Or you can add on. You can take your left arm behind you and try to find that right hand and bind those suckers together. It's not easy. All of a sudden you don't know where your right hand is. But it is worth it if you can get there. Your head is resting on the floor. If you bound your hands, unwind the bind. Take your left hand in front of your face. Take your left knee down, close the gap between the thighs, and then roll onto your belly using your left hand to control all this mess. Now what I want you to do is just take a moment there, chin on the floor. Take a few deep breaths and just notice the energy coursing down your right arm. Now walk the right hand in, push yourself up. Cross your ankles, roll over your butt or your feet, come onto your butt, set your feet down, taking the hip stretch on the other side. Left ankle on top of right. Palms turn in this direction. Okay? And just stay upright for a moment. Press into your palms a lot. Maybe you can pick your butt up and scoot it closer to your bottom foot, but keep your fingertips facing your buttocks. Press into the palms, lift your heart energetically, make your spine nice and tall. It's okay if your arms shake a little bit, right? And I'm actively pushing my left knee away with my left inner thigh. Deep breaths. Activating that nervous system response is my end game here. So I'm having a lot of action going on as well as the breath to signal the body that it's okay that we're in this safe zone and it's okay to let go. I'm not breathing heavy. I'm not moving quickly. It's okay for you to let go of the tension hiding in this deep belly muscle. Deep muscle belly. Sit yourself upright. Walk your right foot to the left. Stack your shins just by tilting the pelvis up. Left elbow, left knee, right elbow, sole of foot. Drop your head, breathe. Remember, if you're up here, you're still here. You could be here or you could be here. It's just up to you. Whatever you do, get into the position and breathe. Put your mind in the area of your body that you feel the most resistance or the most activity. Because it may not even be resistance for you, it could just be sensation. And with your mind, I want you to direct your breath to that space. So as you inhale, inflate the space with your breath, with your attention. And then as you exhale, allow the sensation to dissipate. Again, breathe in. With your mind, let go of resistance. 2 more times, no gripping. And 1 more. Big breath in and out. And then we'll start to sit our body upright, kind of. Your right elbow is right inside of the left foot. Trace the bottom of the arch. You can go quickly, you can roll that pointy part around, or you can just trace the arch, which is what I like to do. And then sit your upper body up. Put both hands on your left foot. Rock back. Extend your left leg out to your own degree. So that might mean we need to bring the hands down lower, bend the elbows, draw the leg in. Two more big breaths. One more. Now shift your weight forward, use your belly, take your left leg back behind you. Now front shin is facing the front of your mat. Left shin is kind of going behind you-ish, just depending on your hip mobility. Right elbow comes on the ground, left arm reaches over. Okay. Deep breaths in and out. Push into your left knee, squeeze your buttocks to tuck your tailbone under. Bow your left rib cage up to the ceiling. That's one more little piece, just one more little element. Now bring your body back upright. Here comes that fun transition, so just stay with me. It's only right and lefts. It sounds complicated, but it really is only right and lefts. Hands to your waist. Take your weight, shift it onto your right hip. Left foot steps forward, and then stand up. Or actually, sorry, wrong. Damn it. Hands on your waist. Lift your hips first. That's what was wrong there, okay? So all you do is lift your butt, and then take your weight into your right knee. Left foot steps up. We stand up. Boom. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, pull your tailbone up and away. And then as you exhale, hop or step back, your choice, low plank. Up dog, breath in. Down dog, breath out. Weight comes forward, plank pose. Lower yourself all the way down to your belly. Extend your left arm out to the left. Use your right hand. Press into your right hand, start to turn your body open. My right foot is guiding me around just as long as I need to. Now you could just stay here, right? With your left palm on the floor, or you trick your hand into internal rotation. Right hand comes back and finds left hand. You don't have to do that, even if you did it on the other side. There's no rule in yoga. Well, there is one rule. The rule is to listen to your body, right? And meet yourself where you are each day. There's nothing that says you have to do something exactly the same on the other side, or you're not going to be as happy later. Deep breaths in and out. Let the breath gently nudge you to the space that you need to be in. Notice if you're holding on to tension or holding or gripping in a way that could be alleviated just by making the decision to stop doing that. Soften your jaw. Try not to force anything. Now if you're bound, go ahead and release your right hand, bring it back down to the floor in front of your chest. Bring your right knee and close the gap between the thighs and start to roll yourself over. Use your right hand to control the descent. And then once you get there, extend your right leg out, put your chin on the mat, and just notice how the left arm feels. Bring the left hand under the left shoulder. Push yourself up. Now we're coming into child's pose, but doing it differently. Take your knees wide. Tuck your toes under so you have some action in the feet. Sit your butt back. Put your elbows on the floor Bring your palms together. Take your hands and let the thumbs rest on the nape of the neck, and then walk your elbows more far forward. And then as you're using your elbows to get traction for your low back, you're also tipping your tailbone up. So that's adding a bit of resistance and pull for the upper back. Press into your toes. Deepen your breath. Shh. Lily, shush. Slowly extend your arms, palms back down. Welcome in. Push your arms into the ground. Now your toes should stay exactly as they are. Okay, knees stay wide, sit your upper body up, pressing into your toes. Now if this is too much, you could keep your hands on the ground, yeah? Otherwise we're stretching the bottoms of our feet. Lily, shush. Take your hands back on the ground, untuck your feet, bring your knees a little closer, your feet a little wider. Sit your butt back between your feet. If it doesn't go between your feet, don't worry about it. If it doesn't, you can sit on your feet or just, stay where you're at if it's not uncomfortable. Bring the hands behind the feet, pressing into the forearms once more. Press the earth away, look up. Now slowly, if you would like, grab a hold of the feet and come onto the elbows. Do it one at a time just to see what happens. Drop the head back if that's okay. If it's not, come back up onto the hands, no big deal. Deep breaths in and out. We have this amazing opportunity right now as we are quarantined inside to work on the layers of ourselves that are internal. So much we work on the external. We work on our cars and our outfits and our hair and lashes and nails, and for the dudes, I guess that maybe just your eyebrows and working out on the external for this aesthetically pleasing thing. And yes, the byproduct will give us stress relief internally no matter what from any sort of physical movement. But so often we're focused on the external result, not happy unless we see that external result. And this time that we have is so crucial for us becoming more in touch with ourselves, our spirit, our soul, so that we communicate better, so that we love more purely, because we have this internal dialogue with ourselves that is one of compassion, one of caring and acceptance. Lily, come here. Because we can't do anything about being where we are in this moment, but what we can do is take this opportunity to go inward and learn more about what makes us tick, but in a way that is thoughtfully becoming more efficient, becoming more steady, becoming more focused, more loving, more happy, more joyful. Now let's come out of this. Walk yourself forward. Oof. Hands on the ground. Lift your butt. Drum your little toesies. Oh, that feels so good. Tuck your toes, walk your knees center, pick your left leg up, extend it back. Yes. Take your left toes down on the floor outside your right leg, push into your left toes, reach your left arm forward as far as you can, put it on the ground over to your right. And then bring it back down the middle, lift your left knee up. And then set your knee down. Right leg up, big breath in, stretch it back. Take it over to the left as far as it'll go. Right arm reaches to the right, plant that palm, bow your rib cage out. And then put the hand down, lift the leg up, 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 stretch. And then set that sucker down. Walk yourself side to side, just like you did when you started. Turn your fingers out to the outer edges of your mat. Now I want you to turn your fingers as far toward your knees as you can. If you can flip the palm all the way, do it. If not, just do your best. And then we'll rock back to stretch out the front of the forearms. Try to keep the heel of the hands down. Just go as far as you can. Mine are lifting just a little bit because I'm actually getting a deeper stretch with them lifting just a little bit than actively trying to push down and staying upright. So navigate what you need. If you're getting a deeper stretch because the heel of the hands lift a little, then do it. Remember, there's no rules here. And then bring yourself forward. Oh yes, turn your fingers out to feet the outside edges of your mat. Take your right hand, come onto the back of the hand. Bend your right elbow out. Make sure all 5 fingers of your right hand are on the mat. Now just keep everything the same. All I want you to do is straighten your right elbow. Keep your fingers down. Ooh, Lordy, bend that elbow. Straighten your right elbow. Keep your fingers down. Bend that elbow. And then straighten that sucker, but keep your fingers down. And then flip your hand over. Left side, turn the fingers in. Bend the elbow deep. All 5 fingers stay down. I'm just going to turn so you can see what that looks like. Yeah, bend the elbow deep. And then keep those fingers down, straighten the arm. I mean, that's a lot of work. And then bend the elbow to keep your thumb down. Put your mind in your thumb. Here we go. Straighten that sucker out. Ooh. One more time. Take it in. Bend. Keep those fingers down, down, down. Keep them down as you straighten, just to the best of your ability. Oh, that's such good stuff, isn't it? And then lift your hand up. Shake it. Okay. Now, you're on your knees. Shake your hands out, both of them. Palms together, press them. Take your elbows, flare them out wide. Take your take your thumbs to your left shoulder without twisting your body. Now keep your elbows wide, keep your fingers spread super wide apart and pressing your palms. So this will get into the deep, deep area of the forearm. For me, it's up by the elbow. For you, it might be somewhere different, but get that action. And then we'll bring it down the middle. And then take it over to the right shoulder. Keep the forearms lifted, parallel to the earth. Fingers are spread. Now bring it down the middle. Flare your palms forward. Rotate the hands, keeping connection with the thumbs. Now the back of the hands connect. Now we come all the way around the outside edges of the pinky connect, and then we are back to the palms, thumbs, back of hands, pinkies, palms, thumbs, back of hand, pinkies, paws. Reverse the action. Pinkies, back of hands, thumbs, palms, pinkies, back of hands, thumbs, palms. We're going to go one more rotation and then pause. Now bring the backs of the hands together. Just sweep the floor with the hands, back of the wrist pressing, and then shake all that goodiness out. Open and close your hands a little bit. Maybe pop your fingers if you like doing that sort of thing. Cross your ankles, roll over your butt, or your feet to your butt. Lay yourself down on your mat. Hug your knees deep into your chest so that your low back stretches. Rock yourself side to side. Now take your left thigh and cross it over your right deeply. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, allow your legs to fall over to the right. And as they fall, your right knee on your left shin should help to open up your low back a little more. Now as you're breathing, I want you to breathe into your left side waist as if you could inflate your left rib cage more than your right. Direct the air just into your left lung. Let it go. 2 more breaths just like that, filling up all the way. Maybe you can even take the air into the left kidney, left hip. Soften on the breath out. 1 more time, big breath in. And then let it all go. Hand on the outside of your left calf. Use your hand to push yourself back center. Switch your cross. Right ankle on top. Deep breath in. I'm going to shift my hips forward because I have an obstruction over here. And then as you exhale, let the legs fall over to your left. Your right knee is helping to open up your back. Breathe into your right lung, your right side waist. Then take your left hand under your right calf. I'll pull your legs back to the middle. Let's do 1 more pose, happy baby pose. So situate yourself on your mat. Rock your body side to side, holding onto your feeties. We're going to do a guided relaxation now. So make your body as comfortable as you possibly can. Palms face up, far enough away from you so that you don't feel like you're working. And then also your feet are far enough apart so that it doesn't feel like you're gripping onto the thighs. Close down your eyes. Start to breathe in and out through your nose. Now as you're breathing, I want you to breathe in a little bit more deeply through your nose and see if you can take the air all the way down to your toes. And then exhale that air out slowly. Again, start to take a deep breath in. See if you can direct the air all the way down into the toes. And then exhale it out. Now 1 more time, breathe in. And what I want you to do this time is notice at the area of the body where your breath seems to stop being detected, right? So we're trying to breathe into the toes. You might feel that you can follow that air just to the heart space. I want you to take another sip of air and then allow the air to escape. Now do it again. Breathe in through the nose. Let this be a slow, steady sip all the way down the body. When you get to the space where it feels like you can't feel the breath go any further, pause, take another sip, hold, let it go. Again, slow, steady breath. Take it in all the way. Maybe you go a little further this time on the chain of the body. See if you can just focus so much you can take it down just a little further. Hold, sip of air. Let it all go. Two more times like that. Breath in. No straining here. No judgment, no goal. Just notice, recognize, expand, move through, and then let it go. One more time, control the air, no straining. Maybe you can take it one little layer deeper this time. One more little space. Find that spot. Sip it in. And then let it go. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to end this video because it's the rules of IG Live, or not IG, YouTube Live. So please lie there for as long as you can. Allow your breath to be easy and natural with little to no effort from you whatsoever. Thank you so much for joining me for this yummy Sunday. Namaste.